Good afternoon, every one of you, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between and beyond. Today, we're going to be covering the top 5 scariest fucking champions that I know of. Now, I know this is a top 5 list that has been done several times in the past, but I figure why the fuck can't I cash in on it? So, without further ado, let us begin. We have 5, as stated in the title. But there is also an honorable mention, and he is Gnar. Now, a lot of you may be asking, Gnar? Why Gnar? Gnar's not scary. Well, if you're like me and you focus too hard, you zone in on what it is that you're going after, and then suddenly you hear this strange buildup, this whirring, this angry sound, and then fucking giant whatever the fuck you want to call Mega Gnar erupts from the skin of Baby Gnar. You might pee a little. It won't be a lot, but it's enough to warrant you going, oh god, every time it happens. Now, for number 5, we have a pretty obvious one here, and that is Shaco. Now, everyone's been in a game with the Shaco. I play Shaco quite a lot because I'm a terrible fucking person. But we all know the experience of seeing a Shaco on the enemy team, tensing up, and going, why me? My fucking life. Because Shaco is one of the most rage-inducing champions in the game, if he's good. If not, then you're just free gold, what the fuck ever. He tends to strike fear into nearly everyone's hearts, with a few exceptions. The thing with Shaco, though, the reason he's so far down on my list, is because when you see a Shaco, you know there's a Shaco. You don't forget that there's a Shaco. You're expecting everything that Shaco has to offer, and even though you sit there tense in a ball of fucking fury and angst, waiting for the Shaco to gank your lane, you know it's gonna come. Which is why he's only number 5. Now, number 4 on my list, on my top 5, is Zac. The Zaunite amorphous combatant is not exactly scary on paper, and not exactly scary at first glance either. But when you're sitting in lane pushing their tower, and you're like, okay, I've got the advantage, and then suddenly, all the way from downtown comes Zac, soaring through the fucking air, and landing on you, knocking you 16 feet skyward, and then ulting, you know you're dead. No, I don't fuck it. Zac is scary in the way that he's not scary. You expect a big green blob, but you don't always expect to see him airborne, headed towards your tower, about to fuck you. Fuck for what? But that is why he's my number 4. Now, number 3 is another fairly obvious one, but it's one that I feel like I have to mention. Nocturne. Nocturne is quite possibly on this list solely for his ultimate. Yes, that the ultimate is that panic-inducing. But it's not just that for you. When your team goes against a Nocturne and you hear the darkness, you know that there's probably a Nocturne gonna fuck your face. In solo queue, especially solo queue, when everyone, your team or the enemy team, hears that darkness, they're gonna back away going, oh god, it's fucking Nocturne, even though the Nocturne may be on their team, because it is so ingrained in their fucking psyche to fear that darkness, that when it occurs, you leave. And yeah, there are those pro-ass fuckers that don't actually avoid, like, they hear the darkness and are like, alright, Nocturne's on my team. But that's not me. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that brave. I'm a pussy. Which is why he's number 3. Number 2 is Fiddlesticks. I hate Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks is quite possibly my most hated fucking champion because of his stupid-ass AP ratios, the amount of utility in his damage-based kit, and the amount of sheer sustain that this fucker has. But when you're sitting, and there are 4 champions sieging a turret, And you've got this turret. There's no way this can possibly fail. And a Fiddlesticks comes ulting, just appears in the midst of your team, fears someone, throws the crow, Zonias, and after you get done shitting yourself, you're already dead. Because I want all of you to look up the ratios on all of his moves, just other than the fear, because the fear has fucking no ratio, because it's a fear. But he's just, I cannot comprehend how I can't be good with Fiddlesticks, because I'm fucking terrible with Fiddlesticks. But yet, even if I'm not good with Fiddlesticks, I can still make the enemy team shit their pants in fear if I'm 0-4-0 and I ult into their team. It's stupid. It's silly. Now, my number 1 is Poppy. Now, a lot of you may be asking me, hey, Ross, fucking Poppy, what? What? Poppy's not scary. She doesn't have a stealth. She doesn't have a teleport. Poppy is that champion that post 6, you see her, you look at her, you go, she's gonna fuck me. And there ain't shit I can do about it. Because there's not. There's 5 enemy champions on the team? No, sucks for you. She's gonna hunt you down. She's going to headbutt you from brush, pin you to a wall, and skull fuck you. But with the sheer fear you experience from seeing a Poppy ultimate, and knowing that you are in her sights, and just feeling that gut-wrenching knot that just forms, and you go, alright. And then, when her ult wears off, and then the jungle KO fucking goddamn interventions are, and you're just like, alright, fuck it, I quit the goddamn game. And then you uninstall League of Legends. That is why Poppy is my number 1. Now, for those of you who like this top 10 list, this isn't a top 10 list. For those of you who like this top 5 list, I'm going to be making a few more. And I will try to get better over time. So, pointers, tips, anything that you can do to give me, to give me some kind of maybe I shouldn't just fail when talking at the end of it too. But anyway, thank you for all of you that watched this video, and I will see you on the next one.